Okay, let's start. So the next talk is given by Cao Yang, who will speak about invariant Brauer subgroup and application.
Merci pour l'invitation et merci pour les ordinateurs. Ok, je vais parler anglais. Okay, today I like to talk about the application of invariant Brauer subgroup. So, essentially, I would like to focus on the application of fibration method. So, to do this, in the first part, I will record some basic definition of weak and also strong approximation. Can you read this? Yeah, okay. And also, I will talk about, in my opinion, what is the fibration method. And after that, I will talk about my main theory today, maybe main application. And to prove this, in the second part, I will talk about the definition and the property of invariant Brauer subgroup. And in the third part, if I have enough time, I will talk about the proof of this main application. So, okay, okay, sorry, I can't wait to be bigger and bigger. Now let K be a number field. And then for any K, we have KV. The completion, we have omega K, the set of place. And AK, the algebraic ring of K. And if I talk about variety, in my talk, variety always means smooth, quasi-projective, and geometrically integral. So, and for variety X, I will write XAK, the algebraic space of X. So, okay, I can use this. And if I talk about cohomology, I will always mean the adult cohomology. So which means, for me, the Brauer group is a cohomological Brauer group. And another notation is mu infinity, means the root of unity. So you know what this means, yes? Mu n, I guess yes. So another basic notation is the dual. This means the homomorphism from, here I will take a topological group. In general, I only take the discrete group. For example, the Brauer group here. Here I will take this to be the discrete topology. And here I will take compact open topology. Okay. This is my basic notation. So I began about the first part. The definition of, so firstly, I gave a quick definition of the Brauer-Manin set. This is the definition of Manin. I mean, for variety X and a Brauer group B, we can define the Brauer-Manin set to be the set of points in X, A, K such that the Brauer-Manin pairing is 0 for any alpha in B. Here, the Brauer-Manin pairing is defined by the sum of for all v in yes. So here, I mean, xv is a point, so it's a morphism from spec kv to x. So it will give you a morphism from Brauer x to the Brauer kv. And the class field theory, local class field theories tell you that that is a classical inclusion. This is a definition of Brauer-Manin pairing and the Brauer-Manin set. I think this is already very classical. So to remark, sorry, is K. First one, we know the topological closure of resting points is in the Brauer-Manin set. The second one is actually the Brauer-Manin set induced a continuum morphism. So I mean, it induced the morphism from AK to, I will write by AX, defined essentially by, for example, send XV to the Brauer-Manin pairing. So it will give you a morphism from the homomorphism Brauer X to Q mod over Z by this pairing. So, this is my definition of the dual. Okay, like this. And here is discrete. Here is also discrete. And what I want to say is this morphism is continuous. As a consequence is for any finite subgroup, what do you have? This morphism is still continuous. So yes. So this exacting morphism is induced by this inclusion. And then this is finite and discrete. So this means this one is the inverse image of 0 here. So this one is, this inclusion is open and closed. This inclusion. So I will use this morphism is continued in the future. So another classical definition is strong and weak approximation. I mean, for variety X, we said X satisfies strong approximation. I will always say with Brauer-Manin obstruction. Brauer-Manin obstruction. Okay, I will write SABM. I mean, if, okay, then B I can also talk about the strong approximation of Brauer-Manin obstruction of a finite set of places. I mean, here if xk is dense in xak Brauer x. In this situation means the instance in the projection of image of the projection to the algebraic space of S of X. This means the strong approximation of S. And I mean weak approximation means also with Brauer-Manin obstruction. Means if there exists, and also for any system, there exists a smooth compactification. Xc, which satisfies strong approximation with Brauer-Manin obstruction. So I think this definition is already very classical, yes. Do not need example, no. Okay, okay, good. Now I talk about the main part, the fibration method. I mean, fibration method is, I think it's established by Ahahe, yes, or maybe Goddelin is Skobgadov, I don't know. And by many people, and at the end is by Habas and Wittenberg. Essentially, I mean, it's a method, not a theory. So it's considered a morphism, F, a dominant morphism, such that X is a variety, so small geometrical integral. And assume that the generic fiber X eta is geometrically integral. So this method, essentially it has 3 steps. Step 1 is to prove that for any open subset, okay, technically I assume it's in A1. Essentially any open subset of P1, so technically I assume it's in A1. And any open subset and any finite group in Brauer V, here V is the inverse image of U. F is here. The first step is to prove that one has that the union of all the small u, uk, maybe also a Hilbert set. I don't care about the resting point of u or a Hilbert subset. Xu, ak, this is a fiber over u. B, the closure of this contains the Brauer-Manin set. This is the first step. The second step is, step 2 is, in this case, we want to prove that for any u in A1, in P1, one has the fiber and the xu ak. Here is the Brauer xu. I mean, for here is the subgroup comes from the V. And here is the whole block group. This one is maybe closer, is this one. And the step 3 is we may assume the strong approximation or maybe weak approximation with Brauer-Manin obstruction for XU. And then this implies a strong approximation or maybe weak approximation with Brauer-Manin obstruction for X. This is a fibration method. A remark is that almost everything I see today, we can only consider the fibration over A1, and we can consider the density, need of at least one place. So, but today I will only talk about the fibration over P1. It's easier than A1. Oh, no, sorry. So what do we know of step 1 and step 2? We know that step 1 holds if in 2 cases. The first one is, not only 2 cases, I only like to talk about these 2 cases. K is Q and all non-split fiber. Of F is firstly over Q points. Secondly, it contains reduced components. Reduced, multiplicity 1. This is by Martinson. Maybe I should say the key method uses the Green-House method, the big. The second case is if we assume a conjecture of Haber-Wittenberg. Huh? No, non-split fiber is over Q. Okay, non-split means, split means it contains a component which is geometrically integral and multiplicity 1. So non-split means this is not true. Okay, so if we assume a conjecture of Haber and Wittenberg, so I don't want to talk about this conjecture. This is an analog of Sincher's hypothesis. Analog, but not equivalent. Then this holds for if all fibers contains reduced components. This is what we know for the step 1, and maybe some other case, but I don't want to list too many cases. So, and we know the step 3 is okay. Not trivial, but it's what we want. So the step 1 and another essential case is how to use the step 1 prove the step 2. this is what I want to talk today, how to use step 1 implies step 2. The first known case also by Habas and Wittenberg. Maybe it's, okay, his result is if X, the Januk fiber, is projective and some other conditions, but a special case is rational connected. If the Januk fiber is projective and rational connected, then step 1 implies step 2. I would like to say that in this case, he can do this because the Brauer group of the fiber for almost all U, this one is finite. So today I want to talk another case for step 1 implies step 2. So it's about the case if the Januk fiber is a tosser.
You're not saying that step 1 always implies?
No. I mean, as I know only these two cases, I mean, the first one is rational connected, or maybe some weak condition is some cohomological is 0. So, I mean, the classical case is we can only do if this one is finite for almost all U. So today I want to talk about if the Januk fiber is a tosser and some algebraic group, then the Brauer group of the fiber is infinite, is very big. So that's what I want to talk today. So now, from now on, yeah, okay, yeah. So from now on, G is a connected algebraic group, not necessarily linear. So you always have an exact sequence, yes. This one is linear connected. This one is an abelian variety. So obviously, we need to assume this one is finite. Yeah. So this is what I need today. So now my theory is step 1 implies step 2. This one holds if there is an action, though it's big enough, such that the Januk fiber is a G-tosser. I mean, Januk fiber is G-tosser means Januk fiber is G invariant. It's stable under the action of G. So this is my statement. I mean, a small remark is if the case that if the Januk fiber is homogeneous space, I mean, it's I can see it's in further progress. So I believe the same method still holds in this case. So, but in further progress means, okay, do not ask anything about this. So,
I don't understand the statement. Step 1 implies step 2, but for which morphism?
for same morphism x to y, that exists, well, x to p1. no. I mean, the genetic fiber is a G-tensor means the genetic fiber is the genetic fiber is the genetic fiber of this morphism.
Of X to P1.
Yeah.
Okay, so rho does not play any role.
No. The genetic fiber is a G-tensor means.
P1 is X not G.
No. Maybe yes. Generally yes, but I don't know. Maybe some bad fiber is not. So generally yes.
So you have X over P1.
Yeah. Okay. I write it here.
G is acting over on X.
Yeah. G is acting on X, and this one is stable and acting over G. And so
You demand that there is an action of G on the total space.
yeah.
The generic fiber
Is stable. Yeah. Is a tensor. Yes. And then you can imply that the action is always on the fiber. So this is the method. Any question? Yeah.
Just like in the projective partially connected, this is due to the middle.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Any question? No. Okay, I continue to the definition of invariant Brauer subgroup. It may be a little technical. The second part. I mean, X is always be a variety, so you know the Kummer. Okay, I mean the definition of invariant Brauer subgroup. So we know the Kummer sequence, Kummer exact sequence. Implies that we have a morphism from S2X mu infinity to the Brauer group of X, and this morphism is also surjective. I write this by put C. So I need to define the many subgroup. First one is the algebraic part of the second cohomology. Is the kernel of X mu infinity to the xk bar of mu infinity. The algebraic part of the second cohomology group. And I define the Brauer 2 over 3. Okay. This generalizes the definition of Mises-Stowe for 1/2. Defined by the image of this is to 1x mu infinity. I mean, okay, I give you two properties for this group. Yeah. Question? No. Up. Okay. Thank you. Firstly, why I define this subgroup? Essentially, this one is equivalent to the commutative finite descent obstruction. I mean, the second one is defined by the union of all the finite f on the finite commutative group. And all the f tensor. Here is all the twist. And here is all the f sigma, y sigma, adelic space. So, I mean, this is the definition of descent obstruction, essentially. So, okay, if you do not know descent obstruction, just forget this. I say this only because I want to say the second one. Maybe I should say this is theory of coils, or maybe I need to say it's theory of Habas and slumps. in this case, if X is a G tensor, then, can you read this? Yeah, okay. The Brauer 2/3X, this set, is equivalent to the Brauer-Manin set, and also equivalent to the Brauer-Manin set. Okay, just the remark. And I will use this one in my proof. Now I can define the invariant Brauer subgroup. So far is okay? Too technical? Okay, a more technical one. Okay, rho is an action. Definition is the invariant Brauer group of mu infinity defined by the alpha in the S2 x mu infinity such that rho star alpha minus P2 star alpha is in the P1 star S2G mu infinity. Okay. Rho is action, and the P1, P2 is projection. G times x to G, G times x to x. So can you read this? Yes. It's okay. And I defined the invariant Brauer group to be the image of this guy. Okay. This is the definition. Any question so far? No? Okay, I give you some example. I know it's some too abstract definition. The first one is if G is a linear algebraic group, and if X is a quotient of G by H, we assume H is connected. Then the invariant Brauer group essentially is the kernel of the Brauer group of X to the Brauer group of G over algebraic closed field. This group is defined by Brauer. Essentially, this side is defined by Brauer and the Marsh. Yes. The second part is if G is an abelian variety. Abelian variety. And we write G star is its dual. The dual abelian variety, not torus. And then I know the invariant Brauer group of G. G of G essentially is this part product with S1K G star. You know the G star is essentially the Picard group of G, a subgroup of the Picard group of G. So this is contained in the Brauer group of G. Yes. The second example. The third example is for any G tensor. X, one has that Brauer Gx is a Brauer group of 2 over 3x. Okay. This example is enough or not? Okay. Okay. I think it's enough.
The last one, G, is any connected?
Yeah, any connected algebraic group. In all my talk, G is any connected algebraic group. And the suffrage group is of abelian variety is finite. So I will give you some property. The first one, I like to call it the Ensuite. I will not prove any property here, so I just give you the list. So such that you think this definition is a good definition. Ensuite, actually this morphism is first defined by Ensuite. So in algebraic group case and in linear algebraic group case. So I call this Ensuite morphism. It's a morphism from Brauer Gx to the Brauer 2 over 3 G called lambda x. I will talk about this. It's a subgroup of Brauer G such that rho star minus P2 star is essentially the P1 star product with complete with lambda x. Here, you know the definition is this part is belong to the image of this part. This is the definition. So essentially, we have this morphism where this one, E, G, no, is the kernel of the Brauer 2 over 3 G to the Brauer K, induced by the unit. E is the unit of G. So you can see it's just the constant of this by Brauer G. It's the same. P2 is what I want to talk is for any alpha in the invariant Brauer group and any xv, maybe I just write x, in the adelic space of x and any g in the adelic space of g. So what we have? We have the Brauer-Manin pair of G product with X and alpha. This is the Brauer-Manin pair. This is exactly the Brauer-Manin pair of alpha, X with alpha, product with, this with G, and here is lambda X alpha. So I keep this. So okay, this one is. I keep the step 1, step 2. This, okay, this does not matter. So you know this. So what do I mean of this equation? So you know I have GA to the Brauer group of AG is induced by Brauer-Manin pair, as I noticed is induced by the Brauer-Manin pair. The Brauer group of G, the dual, yes. What? Okay, bigger, sorry. The Brauer group of 2 over 3 unit and G, and here is dual. Dual is a morphism from this group to Q modulo Z. So, okay? Yeah. We have the dual of lambda x. Here is a Brauer GXD. And here we have AX. This is Brauer-Manin. This is similar to Brauer-Manin one. Any X here, any G here. This means the lambda X dual of AGG. Yeah, you can read this. Plus AXX is the AX G product with X. So this means this invariant Brauer group is compatible with the Brauer-Manin pair and the X. Now property 3 is maybe I should write okay, I change the notation because this is the notation that I will use. So this is a G tosser. Then we have exact sequence. We have exact sequence. This is similar. If you know the Sous-groupe exact sequence, this is similar to that one. And the P4 is, if in this case, if U is an open subset of A1, then lambda V, here is lambda V. Lambda V is surjective. This is essentially a case that this is a technical one why I assume U is an open subset of A1. And the P5 is also for the tosser. For G tosser, maybe I still write U. Then this one you know that the Brauer GX modulo the Brauer K is isomorphic to the 2 over the EG. Yes. This implies by this one. This is the basic property of invariant Brauer group. So, firstly, it's okay. Firstly, property 1A and property 3 means what Sous-groupe can do by the Sous-groupe exact sequence. I can also do it. And property 2 means it's compatible with the X and the Brauer-Manin obstruction. So so far is okay. And then I can talk about the proof. Okay, 15 minutes enough. Proof. Do you remember what I want to prove? I want to prove that if X over P1 fibration and if X eta is a G tosser, that is exists an X, by pass to limit that exists an U, such that here is base change. Okay, this is a G tosser, yes. That exists, yes.
So which statement are we proving?
I will prove that in this case, the step 1 implies the step 2. Step 1, step 2, I keep it that. So, do I need to record the step 1, step 2? No, I guess no. Okay. So now I take W to be an open subset of XAK with and the W, the Brauer group of X. This one is not empty. So I began with this W. And then, what? No. Okay, so firstly, we may assume W is compact. Because this set is locally compact, so we must shrink open subset. Such set is compact. So I mean, step 1, step 2 is for my fibration method. So the step of the proof, I will write just lemma 1, lemma 2 as the step 1, step 2. Lemma 1 is there exists an open subgroup. Subgroup. Lambda, okay, in the adelic space of group. So this is a group topological group. Such that lambda W is W. So far, okay. This is totally topological. The proof is totally topological because this morphism is continuous. Yes.
I'm not sure everybody is aware of this technique. Okay? So, what is the problem? The problem is that you have an adelic point which is orthogonal to the Brauer group of the whole space. No, I speak loud. No. Okay. So I just want to explain. I'm not sure that everybody is familiar with this theory. Okay. So you have a variety fibered over P1. And then you have an adelic point which is orthogonal to the Brauer group of the whole variety. So what you want to prove there's a rational point on the variety. So what you do is that you look for a rational point on the P1 such that the fiber has points ever locally. That's not obvious. And then which moreover has points locally, and it has a point, an adelic point which is orthogonal to the Brauer group of the fiber.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the step 1 is saying that if just whether you get a U and an adelic point which is orthogonal to a given finite subgroup B of Brauer group V. Okay? And then step 1 to step 2 is you want to see that in the fiber you have an adelic point which is orthogonal to the whole Brauer group of the whole fiber. Okay?
Yes.
So that's what it's fighting with. And
yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for this. Yeah. So now I continue. Okay. Thank you very much. This one is continue. This means for any x in W, there exists, for any x in W, there exists, maybe I should write this. There exists an open subgroup Wx contains x and a subgroup. Open subgroup such that maybe open subset is enough. Lambda x, this one is contained in W. I need a contains the units. This is because continuous. And because W is compact, so that is finite set. Such that W is the union of Wx. Then I just take lambda to be the intersection of all the x. This is a finite set. And then the group generated by this set, so this is open. Because this is finite, so the intersection of finite set is also, finite intersection of open subset is still open. This is first lemma. Lemma 2, I don't want to prove the lemma 2, but I just give you a statement. It's something a little classical. This AG, the morphism induced by the Brauer-Manin pairing. This is to the Brauer 203 G, the dual. This morphism is open. I mean, this proof is essentially use the suffrage group of G is finite. And I forgot the name of the exact sequence for the group G. So this is a little, okay, something classical. I don't want to explain the proof. Yeah, okay, it's the math result. So ask him. So, the third one is there exists a finite subgroup. BG is finite. Of Brauer 203 EG such that, I mean, this is finite. Such that AG eta, AG lambda, this morphism, this lambda contains the kernel of this morphism. The dual of this group to the BG, the dual of BG. This is induced by this inclusion. This holds because this is open. So, and this is discrete. So this is finite. So there exists a finite subgroup such that its kernel is contained in this group. Okay. Lemma 4 is a proof that, I mean, there exists a finite subgroup B in the Brauer G vais. V is my V that such that the lambda V B is exactly BG. I mean, this proof is easy by P4. Because P4 means the lambda V, where is P4? Okay. This one is surjective, so any finite group, you can find a finite subgroup, which is surjective.
Here I have a little worry about this at the approximation case, I mean, for W.
I mean, I fibration over P1, not A1, so I do not need to off the Archimedean place. I also take a small open subset.
Open set, you cannot assume compact.
Yes. I mean, I take a small open subset. Open.
Open compact. So you get.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. You are right. I mean, okay. So I need it to be the product of something like this, WF compact. And this one is some connected component. Okay. And here, essentially, you can module the Archimedean places, but okay, it's some technical. I don't want to talk. So lemma 5. How many? Okay. The last lemma is that in this case, for any u in the UK, we have we have B. I want to say that W intersect with X U A K. B is not empty. This one implies that W intersect with Brauer XU. This one is not empty. You can read this, yes. Okay, this is the last part. Why we have this? Okay, okay, good. So what do I want? So, oh, sorry, XU. And here is block K, yes. Here is block K because of the property 5. This is exact. And so for any, okay, for any X in the W intersect, okay, for any X is in here, I can take X here, and I know this one is 0 here, because this one is constant block it. So it comes from here. Wait. I need this formula. Okay. I can take it to be the Brauer GD. This one is injective to the BD. What we know is X is orthogonal to B, so X is also 0 here. And by lemma, which lemma says that AG lambda contains the kernel of this one, contains the kernel of phi. I mean, I forgot which lemma. Okay, lemma 3. This is lemma 3. Says the image of lambda here contains the kernel of phi. Proceed. But X is orthogonal to B, so X is 0 here, X is 0 here, so X comes from some element which is 0 here. This is injective. So it comes from here, which means, okay, this is don't need it. Which means there exists a gamma in, which means AX small x is in the image of lambda x dual AG lambda. So I have 1 minute, yes. So there exists a gamma in lambda such that inverse of gamma x x in the Brauer group of X intersection with W, because this. So this finishes the proof of step 1 to step 2.
You need XU?
Yes, you're right. XU, yes. Here is also XU. Yes. This finishes the proof, and that's all I want to talk.
Any question?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm confused, but can you conclude then that the total space satisfies a strong approximation of S? Because if you remove a few places, since the fibers are, say, principal homogeneous spaces of linear algebraic group, strong approximation of some finite set of places is known, right?
Yes. So yes, I can prove that. I mean, if Haber-Wittenberg conjecture is true, then this kind of variety satisfies strong approximation of infinity. I mean, okay, sorry. Assume the same simple connected part of the linear algebraic group is non-compact over.
Yeah, exactly. So if you make this classical assumption, then the conclusion is that the total space will satisfy strong approximation of, say, the Archimedean planes. Okay.
I need one more condition is that all the fiber contains multiplicity one connected components is a condition in Haber-Wittenberg's paper.
Okay, thank you.
More questions?
Are there examples, like in the case where your group is maybe an elliptic curve? Are there interesting examples to which you can apply this theorem?
It's a little complicated because actually no interesting example for elliptic curve because what? How to say? You know the cohomology of elliptic curve. I mean, it depends on, I mean, for my theory, the last theory, I need to assume all the fiber contains a multiplicity one components. And this, I mean, for any, if you have any tossers, E tosser, I mean, U over U in P1, if all the fiber contains a multiplicity one components, then this can imply that V is some P times U. It's some E tosser over base field. So I mean, if all the fiber contains reduced connected component, you can prove this by some argument of okay, you know this. Okay. So I mean, if the step one case, if we do not need any fiber contains multiplicity one components, then I can give many good examples. But so you need to ask Haber and Wittenberg if this can be true.
Okay. Is there more questions? Apparently not, so let's thank the speaker again.